In this video, I'm going to give you an interior tour of the Polestar 2. This is the standard range kind of base model. So let's get on inside. Here we go. Very nice interior. Material seats on this one. You've got electric seats there. So you can move the bar back and forward to do this. And then you've got your seat kind of up and down and your lumbar and everything. And then just over here, we've got our interior door. Nice design. I love the sort of different materials you've got going on here. This is really nice. I like this. Good feel. And then on the top here, it's kind of a smooth feeling. Control wise, you've got your lock and unlock, you've got your mirror controls, and then all of your window controls and the ability to lock the windows. Here you've got your memory seats, so you've got two positions there. It's ideal for two drivers, like husband and wife or whatever. And then we've got the steering wheel just here. Great design. I love this design. It's really chunky, plenty of room for an airbag in there. And then let's actually get in the car now, because it's kind of windy outside and I want to try and make sure that you can hear me. There you go. So it's a really comfortable place to be inside this Polestar. It does feel more quality in here, I have to say, than a Tesla, and I am a Tesla fan, but the truth is that, everything does feel really well made. Steering wheel's really nice to hold, very chunky, good, feels good to grab hold of and use. And then here you've got your controls for your adaptive cruise control. This is where you will select your radio stations and songs. If you're on Spotify, volume is up and down here. And then we're using Google basically for all of the voice controls in this car, because it's an Android car effectively. You've got your Android screen here. And so with all your apps on and everything, look, there you go, you can see very much an Android feel. But we're using, quite often in cars now, when you're doing voice control, it's the car's own software, like with VW or whatever. And, it's just nicer to have it with Google, working with the Google screen. It's brilliant. It's much more effective. We all know how Google is superb at that kind of stuff. They've been doing it for ages. So this section here, this is something else that I really like about this car compared to, say, the Model 3, is that you've got your navigation and everything here. I'll just put it into gear. There we go. And you can see we've got our bits and pieces. Let's just get rid of that warning, I have a no seatbelt. And there you've got sat nav in the middle there, and that's a really nice touch. It is Google Maps, good old Google Maps, which so many people resort to, even when they've got sat nav in their car. Be honest, like how many people end up getting their phone out and using Google Maps? Well, you've got it here and you've got it over here as well. So really, really nice. Let's just restart. There we go. Cancel that off. This is where I am at the moment. There you go. So you've got it there and there. I really like that about this car. Stalk wise, you've got your lights over here and then just your wipers over there. Really nice controls for the air vents. Very, very sort of fluid and nice quality feel about them. Clicking and clunking. Here's your center kind of console. It's very, very simple. You've got a play and a pause for the radio, whatever you're listening to be honest with you, Spotify, whatever, you can just play and pause it. Which is really good when you just want to start talking to someone and you just want to quickly be able to shut it off. Plus it's volume control there as well. And then here you've got your window demister, front and rear, your hazards, and then just a straightforward button, the P there, which you'll be using quite a bit just to quickly park up the car. And then down here, this is the key. This is one downfall of this car. I've got to tell you, the key is a bit annoying because look at the size of the buttons to lock. They're tiny, and you have to keep looking, and in the dark, you're really unsure, right? Which side is it, first of all? Okay, great. And now it's this side. Which one was locked? Which one wasn't? It's hard to see. I'm not a fan of the key. They could have done a way better key. And then down there's nothing in this car. This isn't a wireless charger because this is the standard version of this car, but it is a good place to put your wallet and your phone just down there. So I like that. More vents there, speaker at the top. Little tweeter speaker over there as well. And this area, this glove box area, I really like. You've got a few materials going on. You've got this nice smooth one there again. Then this sort of rough material finish. Then this sort of carbon fiber diamond looking material. And then your actual glove box just in there, which is quite big with no annoying split in the middle, which I like because you can actually put in like books and stuff without that split getting in the way. And then over on the passenger side, you've just got your basic controls of to lock and unlock the door, and then the windows as well. This car, being the standard, doesn't have the panoramic roof, but as I say, I might be getting one of those very, very soon. So I'll show you the difference of the interiors with these two cars, the standard and then the long range plus version. Here we've got our drinks holder, which seems to fit my Yeti cup perfect, which is good. But if you want a second one, you're going to have to open this out and then use this. So you lose your armrest if you want two cup holders, which is a little bit of a pain, but it's not a deal breaker for me. At least the cup holders actually fit cups, which so many of the cars that I've been doing recently don't. So I'm going to jump out now and I'm going to go into the back and then show you what's going on in there. Let's have a little look. Here we go. Nice spacious place in the back. Plenty of room. We've got nothing on the back of the seats, I notice, for you to be able to, store things. So usually you have like a little compartment on the back of the seats, don't you? So, just to be able to slide stuff in there. But it's really easy to clean. So kids' feet on there, are not going to be an issue. You'll be able to just Detox wipe those off. And then we've got, God, they didn't do a very good job of cleaning my car, I've just noticed. Look at all this dust. This looks like it's an absolute haven for dust. I wonder whether you could pull these out and then clean in there, because it's quite difficult to get inside to clean. You've got this bloody great thing in the middle. That is annoying, I've got to be honest with you. Having that, this is an electric car at the end of the day. Why do we need that? The VW ID3 does not have that. For example, the Teslas don't have that. That is going to make it very difficult for that person in the middle to put their feet anywhere unless they're a kid. Or they've got to have 1 foot there and 1 foot there, which seems silly. Because as I understand it, with an electric car, you don't really need to have it. So I'm not sure what the deal is with that. You've got your ISO fixes down there. And then at the back, look at the windows. They're quite narrow. Normally they kind of go down a bit more than that. In fact, all of the windows and the side windows, all of them in here are a little bit narrow, but it doesn't feel it to me. And I suppose at the end of the day, if you're going to get a crash from the side, would you rather it go into a piece of, steel or glass? And so for that reason, I suppose it's good. Then if we fold this down, we've got some drinks holders there in the middle for the people in the back. I think these headrests will rise. If they do, I'm not sure how. I'll have to go around the back and take a look at that. Maybe there's a button, but they don't seem very easy. Front ones are straightforward. You can just see the usual button just there to do that. So that's the back. I think it's a comfortable, nice place to be, and I've had no complaints from any of my passengers. So let's go and take a look at the boot now and see how big that is, because that is one of the pluses of this car. Now you can wave your foot underneath this car, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, to open the boot. And sometimes it opens when you don't want it to, but I'll use the button, which is just hidden underneath there. And there we are, one very large boot. That's another benefit of this car. It is a very big boot, but you can take out this parcel shelf, which again, something you can't do on the Model 3 because it's a different design, a saloon car rather than this hatchback. You've got a net there to be able to just store some shopping and stuff, first aid kit, and then underneath here a massive void for you to put charging cables and anything else you want under there actually. So really good boot space in this car. Let's just push the button. We've got our push button to shut the boot down. And then of course there is also a very small but maybe useful storage area in the front, or what do we call it? The frunk. Let's open this out. Let's try and do this on camera. It's a bit tricky with one hand, but there we go. There it is. So you've got room for all your cables in there and a few other bits and pieces as well. That's where you go and fill up your windscreen wash. And I think it's a very good car overall, this car, I've got to say, after having driven it now for the last week or so constantly. I really like it. And so that's the interior tour. I hope you liked it. If you did, please do like this video. Just to remind you, I got this car from Elmo. Elmo is a car subscription company, and you can subscribe to the car and just pay like a monthly fee that includes insurance and everything else that you need for the car, maintenance and so on. And there's a £50 off voucher underneath this video if you wanted to try them out. And then as an alternative, there's also another company called On2, and On2 also I've got a £50 off voucher code for you underneath the video too, if you wanted to give them a go. I like it. It's kind of easy, simple motoring, pay as you go. You can give this car back after a month if you don't want it. So it's a great system, very flexible. In this day and age, we all need a bit of flexibility with the way things are in the world. So thanks ever so much again for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope it was useful to help you make your mind up about this car, the Polestar 2, and whether it's for you or not. Cheers.